Okay. So I just wanted to welcome you all to the Mystic Mamas Scorpio Full Moon Ritual Shadows and Light. Welcome. Hopefully you can all see, I'm going to use this space over here to double check our materials and kind of set up an altar. So before we get started, we're going to make sure we have a candle. I have my special full moon candle, a bowl of water. Move this carefully. Okay. Crystals. I suggested obsidian, black tourmaline for protection and insight. I also have some kind of Scorpio specific crystals in this little bowl. Commingling together. I wanted some amethyst for spiritual wisdom and kind of purification. Sorry, y'all, my throat chakra has been really bothering me lately. Or opening a lot lately. Some symbols of transformation. So it could be a scorpion. I got this little scorpion here. It's just plastic. A phoenix or a snake, figurines. You could even like print out an image that is representative of rebirth, transformation. Butterfly would also work. So we've got that there. And some incense, patchouli or sandalwood. I've got patchouli here. And I also have that just diffusing in the background. Pen and paper, your journal, just someplace sacred to write down. A fireproof container. I just have a ceramic bowl here with my herbs. And then a glass of water or a jar of water for your moon water. This is what mine's really big. Really large. Okay. And then your sage or palo santo or whatever herbs you're going to be using for smudging and cleansing the space. And I have that inside my fireproof container. So if you are not able to safely burn the papers in your space with us right now, just put those aside and you can do those after the ceremony. Not a big deal. Okay. Whew. The energy is really strong right now. So we also, before I get started, I'm feeling called to remind us that we are still in Mercury retrograde until the 25th. And, Mercury being the messenger, communication, your devices, technology may be glitching. You may be struggling in relationship with communication. So just kind of being gentle with yourself and aware of that. Okay, so as we gather under the Scorpio full moon, the actual full moon is happening on Tuesday, tomorrow, April 23rd. And the time is 7:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 6:49 p.m. Central Standard Time where I'm located in Austin, Texas. I'm hoping the background music isn't too loud. So we're gonna embrace the profound energies of transformation, healing, and personal depth. This ceremony will guide you through the process of confronting and releasing your inner shadows to illuminate your path forward with renewed insight and strength. We're going to be transitioning between the healing frequencies of 417 hertz and 528 hertz during our ceremony today. We're starting with the 417 hertz. Right now, you can hear that in the background. It's known as the frequency of change and cleansing. The sound helps facilitate the release of old patterns and negative energies, aligning perfectly with the Scorpio full moon energy. A time for shedding what no longer serves us and embracing a rebirthing, right? A transformation. This frequency can help you feel more in control as you confront and release these deep emotions effectively. And then later, I'll tell you when we're transitioning to 528 hertz. The 528 hertz, often called the miracle or love frequency, we focus on healing and transformation. This frequency is known for its ability to repair DNA and support profound emotional healing, enhancing your ability to embrace renewal. The transition to 528 hertz can deepen your connection with your intentions, fostering a more clear and more focused mind, which basically is enhancing the whole moon ceremony rituals effectiveness, if you will, in supporting you to make transformative changes aligned with the Scorpio full moon's powerful energy. Okay, so before we do the ceremony or ritual part, I'm going to talk about the energy that this Scorpio full moon is bringing. So you can just kind of feel into that. You can get into a meditative position with your bare feet, ideally flat on the floor, and start creating that grounding cord out of the base of your spine. And we're tapping into Mother Earth Gaia's wisdom as I'm talking. And if you start to feel like you need to lay down because of the energy that's moving, that's totally fine. You can close your eyes. You're just listening and seeing what ideas and insights your soul is being called to, what your spirit guides are guiding you to. So first, we're going to talk about the spiritual significance of the full moon and the cosmic activity during this time. The full moon is a time when the moon is fully illuminated by the sun, representing a peak of clarity and revelation in the lunar cycle. It's a period when emotions and psychic sensitivity are heightened, bringing subconscious thoughts and feelings to the surface, causing them to kind of bubble up or rise up. This is why the full moon is often associated with completion, the fruition of intentions or planting seeds, and the release of what no longer serves us. During a full moon, the sun and moon are directly opposite each other. They're in opposition, creating this tension that pulls on our inner and outer worlds. This alignment illuminates our deepest desires and fears, and it also offers a powerful opportunity for introspection, right? Looking inward for healing and transformation. It's a time to reflect on what has come to pass, like what has already taken place, make the necessary adjustments, and then set the intentions for the next moon cycle. Spiritually, the full moon is considered a potent time for rituals and ceremonies that focus on personal growth, healing, and transformation. It's a moment when the veil, distance, space between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest, basically meaning it's more accessible, right? Enhancing our abilities to communicate with the divine, God, universe, source, whatever you believe in, and receive the clear guidance. So it's also a time where we can tap into our spiritual guides and gain insight from them, right? They're kind of our filters in this mystical, human experience we're having on Earth. As we gather under the light of the full moon, we open ourselves to that wisdom and embrace the kind of cyclical nature of life, this human experience that I was talking about, reminding us that every ending is a precursor to the next beginning, right? With every ending, with every door closing, a door opens. With every ending, there's a new beginning. Okay. So let's dive deep into the transformative energies of Scorpio, a water sign known for its emotional depth and capacity for profound change. Water in astrology symbolizes emotions, intuition, and the subconscious, mirroring Scorpio's ability to explore and navigate complex emotional landscapes. So as I'm talking, I'm just going to be waving my hand over the water. You can do this as well if you would like. I'm just feeling called to do that. So as we embrace these powerful water energies, we'll also focus on our solar plexus chakra, which is right below our heart chakra, our heart space, solar plexus, right below that. It's typically associated with the element of fire, and it aligns perfectly with Scorpio's theme of empowerment and personal transformation. It's located in the upper stomach area, and it's our center of personal power, self-esteem, and confidence, which are all essential things, qualities for navigating Scorpio's intense emotional waters. It's intense emotional energies, right? So today's ritual will help us harness Scorpio's intuitive and transformative power, bolstered by or enhancing our solar plexus chakra energy of courage and inner strength. So this unique combination aids us in confronting and releasing fears and things that are holding us back, right? Empowering us to make significant life changes and assert our personal power or our free will. So by focusing on these energies, we enable a balance between Scorpio's deep emotional insight and the grounding force of personal power from the solar plexus, guiding us through this transformation with courage and clarity. So let's begin our journey through Scorpio's mysterious waters, illuminated by the moon and anchored by our own inner fire. So now we're going to step into a part of the ceremony where we are preparing the sacred space. So begin by selecting your sacred herbs, known for their protective and cleansing properties, such as sage, palo santo, sweetgrass, lavender, whatever you're feeling called to, right? So you're going to make sure, sorry. We're going to light our candle first. I forget when I'm only talking in my head. So I use my candle. Please make sure that you are in a safe space to do this. I use my candle to then light my sacred herbs. Cool. My journal just got blessed with some ash. The candle. I'm just going to put this over here. Just going to move my journal for a bit because it is paper. Okay, so you want to light them in a way that the smoke, it's just smoking. So if I'm going to do my Palo Santo first, I use Palo Santo for grounding. So you don't want to actually light the Palo Santo on fire like a log of wood. So see how you can see the smoke coming up on the camera. So you just want it to kind of ember. Okay, so I'm going to use my herbs to kind of bless my altar space, my ceremonial space. I'm also going to wave it around my aura and light body. And I usually move in a clockwise direction, but sometimes I feel called to kind of undo the energy, if you will. And I move in a counterclockwise. And so as you're doing this, you want to visualize in your third eye that you're creating a barrier that shields and kind of sanctifies your ceremonial space, setting the stage for the deep introspection and transformation under the Scorpio full moon. And real quick, I'm just going to do my so now just some quick fire safety stuff because I'm feeling called to do that. I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now. Sorry, y'all. Fire safety. Now that this is smoldering, you can see it on the camera. I'm going to place it in my fire safe container. I don't want to set it down on something that could catch fire. And then I'm going to light my, this is blue sage. And this, you will see, lights a lot quicker than the Palo Santo. Okay. And so if I'm smudging a space with an herb, I will walk around with my fire safe container, my bowl, right? Rather than holding the bundle of herbs, just in case I lit it too much and it's not just smoking, it's actually on fire. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to set up, we're doing the water element. Okay. We are setting up the altar that honors the water element of Scorpio. And we're surrounding it with the crystals. So I'm going to actually move my candle a little bit this way. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I have a much bigger altar that I like leave up, not with the candle burning. Okay. So I'm just placing these in order, but it kind of helps to gather the crystals that you want to use, because then you can spend all your energy with the intention rather than like, which crystal should I choose? Okay. Now, something that I didn't mention, I didn't have in my ceremony, but I will then take all of my crystals and place them under the full moon for about 2 to 3 days. Now, you do have some wiggle room. I've been feeling called to tell people this. So the full moon's tomorrow night, right? If you miss it, it's okay. I always say you have a 2 to 3 day wiggle room, right? That's a full 24 hours. Like, just because you missed it doesn't mean the opportunity is gone to kind of harness the energy or to cleanse your crystals or to cleanse your tarot deck or to cleanse your oracle deck, right? You've got time. And sometimes your guides will remind you, right? You lay your head on the pillow. Oh, shoot, I need to cleanse my crystals. Just get up and do it real quick. It's not a big deal. Okay. So, and then now we're doing the essential oils. So burning incense or diffusing essential oils. So like I said, I have patchouli and sandalwood are good for this energy, but whatever you're feeling called to use, right? I have patchouli diffusing in my diffuser right now behind me. Okay. Now we're going to get into the ceremony part. So say you didn't have any of these materials, you're totally fine. I want you to focus on your feet are flat on the floor. And you are sitting comfortably in your seat. And I want you to close your eyes, focusing on your breath. And so to kind of start my grounding cord, my breathing technique that I personally use is the 2 quick breaths in and then 1 long breath out. And I'm really trying to extend that long breath out longer than what I inhaled. And as you're doing that, I want you to imagine like an eraser or a magnet is coming through from the crown top of your head is where the divine white light is coming through and pushing out the limiting beliefs, ideas that are no longer serving you, emotions that are not yours, Your focus is solely in being in alignment and embodying your truest, highest self. So I'm going to walk you through visualizing the grounding cord out of the base of your spine, out of your root chakra. Excuse me. And imagining it like roots of a tree extending from the base of your spine and then extending out of your feet into Mother Earth, into Gaia, kind of anchoring in. And you can even do this little exercise where you kind of tug on those roots or that grounding cord, and you can kind of feel the resistance. And that's how you know you're anchored in. And if you don't feel that right now, that's okay. And so the whole purpose of grounding before we start our ceremony and start our energy work is that we are stabilizing our energy and anchoring it into Mother Earth. And it's kind of in this idea that we chose to incarnate on Earth, and we are honoring that sacred path, that sacred journey, that sacred contract, if you will. Okay, so now we're gonna do some shadow exploration. As I talked about earlier, the Scorpio energy is really good for exploring those fears, doubts, and negative patterns that are holding us back. You're gonna write them down on a piece of paper or in your journal. I'm using one of my journals here. I also put my journals out under the full moon. And if you think it might rain, just put it in a little Ziploc bag or a reusable bag. Or like if you're in a place that gets morning dew. Okay, so back to this. My guides are just really full of all these like practical tips today. So this is a moment where you're being honest and unfiltered, reflecting in yourself. So I'm going to be talking about some things that are going to hopefully help you identify these fears and doubts and negative patterns. So the full moon is happening. So now we're going to do some, what my friend calls zodiacal talk. It's astrology talk. And the full moon is happening at 4 degrees and 17 minutes in Scorpio. So if you look at your birth chart, your natal chart, and please, please reach out if you need help with this. I love helping people with this. You want to identify which astrological house this 4 degrees. You don't need to worry about the 17 minutes. The markers will be at 5 degrees. So looking at 5 degrees and then a little bit to the left, right? 4 degrees in Scorpio, which astrological house it falls under in your natal birth chart. So I'm going to be talking about my own example. I have 4 degrees in Scorpio in my 4th house. I told you, y'all, I'm upgrading on the throat chakra today. The 4th house governs your home, family, and roots. So possibly I could say that Scorpio's presence here suggests a powerful emotional undertone to my foundational security and relationships with my family, right? So this could be a lot of like root chakra work is what's coming to mind now. This could involve deep transformative experiences within my immediate family, right? The family that I have with my husband and my children, or the family I was raised in, right? Concerning my sense of security. Okay, now I'm also going to talk about another aspect of my personal natal birth chart. I also have a personal planet. So when you're looking at that 4 degrees in Scorpio, where it's at which astrological house, I want you to also notice, give or take within plus or minus 5 degrees, around that 4 degrees in Scorpio, if you have any other personal planets. I have Mars. So Mars in Scorpio brings kind of this intense energy kicker, catalyst, if you will, and a deep focus on my desires and my motivations, my intentions, what's motivating me. a powerful drive, passion, and kind of this steadfast determination. But it could also stir up kind of these deep-seated fears and conflicts that are happening, especially around themes like control, trust, and power, right? Who holds the power, who's in power, right? In particular, me with my children, the parent-child dynamic, me with my husband, who I'm in relationship with. So knowing that, I created some affirmations. And I was going to take the time to write them all down, but I think I'm just going to do the top. Remember, y'all, I can't write and talk at the same time. So let's try the first one. So I release any feelings, and feel free to take these kind of affirmation statements and just change them to what you have going on. So I guess I'm still flopped on the camera. I will work on this. That's okay. I release any feelings of isolation. And maybe these identify with you too. So feel free to write them down, or just write down whatever fears you are releasing, or loneliness that arise from, and don't worry about penmanship. I talked about this in the last ceremony. You're just infusing the intentions into the paper, and then we're going to burn it, right? Spending many hours at home alone with my children, right? This is specific to me because I'm a stay-at-home mom, as I'm sure many of you are. Right? Our children kind of become the center of our world just based on the circumstances, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes that can feel isolating and alone. I'm building a supportive, community. I'm also putting loving around me. Okay. I let go of the guilt associated with dividing my time between my family and my passion. I trust that balancing these nurtures both my family and my dream. I release the fear of not being good enough as a mother and a wife and an entrepreneur. I embrace my abilities to juggle these roles with strength and grace. I'm also feeling called to pause and say that you could, as you're saying these aloud, you could do some EFT tapping, right, on pressure points. I can't read and do that at the same time, but I just wanted to model what that would look for you. I let go of any resentment towards my husband's long work hours. I understand that we are both contributing to our family in different ways, but equally important ways. I release the overwhelming feeling that I need to do everything alone. I open myself to receive help, allowing others to support me in my journey. Now, don't worry if you're not able to have these like big, profound affirmation statements. I kind of journaled on these before our ceremony. So, yeah. I surrender the fear of the unknown as I navigate both motherhood and entrepreneurship. I embrace the journey, trusting that each step brings me closer to my personal and professional goals. Okay. And so now would be the time that you would burn safely the rip the page out of your journal. If it's just on a piece of paper, fold it up in your fireproof container. My go-to is a ceramic bowl. And then as it's burning, you're going to visualize the flames kind of transforming and alchemizing your shadows into divine light. Imagine these burdens being released, making space for new growth and opportunities. Another way to visualize this is like, I tend to feel like I'm wearing a backpack, like the way the world was on my shoulders. So as you're sitting there while it's burning, I want you to focus on releasing that tension and like taking the backpack off. Put the bags down. Put the backpack down. Okay. We're now at the part where I'm going to change to 528 hertz because we are entering into the healing and what else did I say? Healing. It's kind of leaning more into a heart chakra. Healing and transformation. Okay. I had to go back and remember what I said. Okay. Ooh, I'm now wondering if you were able to hear the 417 because I had shared my other camera. We're all learning together. So now you can just look at me. Okay. So if that wasn't working, you can just Google 417 hertz for that first part of the ceremony. Okay, so now we're on 528. We're going to be doing the moon water blessing. So we're going to be charging our moon water. Like I said, you could have an open glass. I use a big giant, sorry, I forgot my camera was working. I use a giant jar, glass jar, and I'm going to write down my intentions, and then or you can just if you're Reiki attuned, you can do Reiki on it. I do that, Reiki symbols. Sorry, the energy is running really high right now. Or what I sometimes do is I'll write down my intentions and then fold it up and put it under my glass. And then I'll put the whole thing out under the full moon. And I'll do it for about 2 or 3 nights. But like I said, if you're within the 2 to 3 window of tomorrow night's Scorpio full moon, just do it when you feel called to. It's not too late, I promise. And then I will drink the water, and that kind of symbolizes that I'm absorbing the moon's kind of empowering energy, and it's infused with my intentions for this new moon cycle. So I'm just, if you all are okay with it, I guess you are, I'm going to write down on a separate piece of paper, right? Because this one's going to go under my moon water, my intentions. And I'm just ad-libbing this. And I may feel called to go back to kind of those affirmations, right? Letting go of self-doubt about my abilities. Inspire others and empower others. Okay. So at this point, you're just checking that your grounding cord is there and listening. And if nothing comes to mind, maybe listening to me say mine aloud will spark an idea for you. I open myself to receive help, allowing others to support me. Okay. My journey. Okay. So when you're done, whenever that is, I like to fold it up. And then remember last time we talked about sigils? I know I've talked about these before, but they're basically symbols that you draw. And so kind of feel intuitively how you should fold this, right? So I did mine into like thirds, and they're basically nine, right? Which is a manifesting, right? Tesla manifesting 369 is a numerology number, manifesting number. So I'll put this under my moon water, out under the full moon. Okay. Please comment if you have any questions. Okay, and now I have specific affirmations relating to rebirth and transformation energy. And so what I'll do is I will actually write these on Post-it notes or like index cards, and then I'll tape them to my mirror and I'll read them while I'm brushing my teeth and washing my face in the morning. And then I'll even write them on like the note app in my phone, and then I'll look at it every morning when I'm doing my meditative practice. I release my fears and welcome transformation. I embrace my true self, shadows and light alike. Right? They're all one and the same. Okay. And now we're going to come to the closing of our ceremony. We're going to, the way I close out my ceremonies is that we're going to express gratitude to the Scorpio full moon for its illuminating energy and guidance. I want you to visualize the circle of light around you fading, the divine light, white light shower that was coming in from your crown. And that's kind of marking the end of the Scorpio full moon shadows and light ritual. But it's not the end of your transformation. So when we are all done, I want you to take a moment to journal about your experiences during the ritual. So maybe it was when you were writing your fears and release, and things you're releasing. Did you feel anything in your physical body? Note any insights, feelings, or visions. Maybe you saw something in your third eye, right? As your eyes were closed and we were doing that visualization exercise. And then there's an integration piece, right? In the days following, I want you to actively integrate the insights and transformations you had from today's ceremony. As always, practice mindfulness and self-compassion as you navigate your new path, right? You haven't done this before. You are completely paving a new path, right? For yourself. So as we come to the close of our Scorpio full moon ritual, I want to thank each of you for your share in this sacred space with me. Together, we've embraced the transformative energies of Scorpio, delving into our shadows and illuminating paths forwards with renewed strength and insight. Remember, the full moon is a powerful time for release and renewal. The intentions we've set and the releases we've made tonight or today carry the potent energy of transformation. Allow this energy to continue working in your life, guiding you towards deeper self-awareness and empowerment. I encourage all of you to share your experiences and insights and transformations from today's ritual, whether it's here in the comments or in our community. Remembering that sharing is a powerful way to amplify our collective healing. It reminds us that we are not alone in our journeys. We are part of a supportive and nurturing community of mystic mamas, each of us weaving our own unique magic into the tapestry of life. And if you haven't already, I invite you to join our free Mystic Mama community on Facebook. I'll put the link in the comments. It's a space filled with like-minded individuals, like-minded mamas, all dedicated to supporting one another in our spiritual growth and personal development. You'll find resources, support, and the collective wisdom of other mystic mamas who are also on this beautiful journey of empowerment and transformation. And if you found value in today's ceremony, please remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This way you won't miss any of our future gatherings or moon ceremonies. Thank you once again for being part of this special evening. Keep nurturing your spirit, keep reaching for your dreams. Reach out if you need help, right? I'm always here for you, and so is the free Mystic Mama community. And remember that each step you take is part of your greater journey. It's part of the bigger picture. And until next time, keep the magic alive and let the moon's energy guide and inspire you, sending you all the love, light, and blessings. Namaste.